Keira Knightley. You're Shelby with the good knees. Yes, oh that's so rude.
Chucking broccoli and cabbage at each other. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel.
I'm Sasha.
And I'm Nicola.
We've been watching lots of movies lately, but we realised that our favourites are definitely early 2000s movies. They're just so much more fun, they have better soundtracks, it's just so good. So since there are like lots of these movies that we like watch over and over and over again, we thought it would be really fun if we ranked a couple of them to find out like what we think is the most iconic early 2000s movie.
Yeah, we've kind of just picked our favourite ones already because there are so many, we can't do them all. So we've like gathered our favourite ones so far and we're going to find out which one is the most iconic for us.
Yeah.
Or maybe multiple, because I'm not sure if we can get it down to one, but we're going to try. Since we're talking about movies today, we've got some rainbow popcorn with us, which is so nostalgic for like going to the movies. But yeah, we've made like a ranking.
So we've got 4 different categories in our ranking. Down the bottom we've got meh, which is like, I mean, self-explanatory. Would watch again, because I mean we're not too picky. So
I would watch
there's
all
a lot
of
of
them
movies
again,
that we would watch again, even if they're not top tier.
I love to
Then we've
rewatch
got
things, so
a timeless fave. So this is like
ones that are our favourites, like, kind of.
You can watch them over and over, they're good. And then up the top we've got iconic, because they are just so much better in every way. Better music, better acting, better stories.
Yeah, do we need to have categories that we're like ranking them on?
Yeah,
I guess.
think
Okay,
so.
so what did you say? Music?
Soundtrack.
Soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel
music?
like I really remember
Plot.
a soundtrack.
Characters.
Yeah. I think that's all.
Maybe settings, like scenes.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Like if they
What is
had
that
any
called?
really good like locations.
And most
or
of these
settings. Yeah.
So that's going to be hard. But yeah.
And we've got all the movies that we're going to be ranking down the bottom. So we'll just get into it.
Yeah.
What movie should we do first?
I don't know.
Should we just do them in the order that they're in here? This is just a random
from
order.
top to bottom, or
Yeah, left to right, top
Okay.
to bottom. Okay, so first of all we
movie.
have 16 Wishes. I'm pretty sure this is a Disney movie.
Yeah, and I think
Right?
it's also like a direct DVD kind of one.
Yeah, I
so
think
like
so.
it wasn't in the cinemas or anything. It's just like a TV movie.
I'm sure
Probably
we
would have
got
been
it-
on Disney TV, but we probably didn't watch it that way.
I'm sure we got it at the DVD shop.
I'm sure we watched
rented
all of
it.
these
Oh
from
my
the DVD
God.
shop.
That's
Yeah.
I used to love going to the DVD shop.
Yeah, actually I'm pretty
That's
sure we
so
would have
much
got
fun.
this one there because we didn't really watch Disney at home like on
No,
TV.
never.
But
Oh,
this
that's so
movie,
good.
I haven't watched it in so long, but
So-
I still remember so much of it.
Yeah, so it's got Debbie Ryan in it, and
And I don't
so
know who else
what is
is
it?
in
It's like her 16th birthday, and she has like this big list of things that she'll do when she's
Yeah.
16. Actually, no, that really did inspire me. I think I wrote.
I want to make
myself.
a list like so. It was like things she wanted to have when she was 16.
Yeah.
Was it like her birthday wish
No, I
list?
just remember one of them was like, no, it wasn't. It was like things she'll do when she's 16. One of them
Like-
was like, I will like sushi
Yeah,
when
yeah, I
I'm 16. I was like, that's so random, but okay. One was like get a car, and then
Yeah,
so
I
what,
only
like,
got
she
a
got
couple
these
if she actually had a car.
candles randomly, and they actually, when she blew them out.
From like a fairy godmother
Yeah, who was
person.
that? I don't remember.
who just appeared on her doorstep.
Yeah, and
Overall-
so basically all her dreams came true, except then some of them were like live on my own, and like her parents like kicked her out of
Yeah,
home
that
and
was
stuff.
sad.
And it was
That was so sad, that moment when she moves out of her house and she goes,
Yeah.
has this her own
That was
apartment
sad.
and she moves in and it's like, she's really sad about it and
She
she
was
had
just,
a
like,
really
all by
bad day.
herself.
She got like splashed by this car that came past and then
She was kicked out of school, wasn't she? Because they're like,
There
you're too
was-
old. Because suddenly everyone was seeing her as like an adult.
yeah, she started dressing like a
That's
full-on
really
adult,
weird.
which was a bit weird. I was like, why is she doing this? But it kind of wasn't in her control because the wishes just were like coming true and she was
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't want that.
Yeah.
But I remember that
it's got a
like,
good message.
it had a cute ending, I feel like, because she goes to the party and then she realizes her
so-
friend liked her the whole time.
Yes, yeah. But also there was like this really cool 16th birthday party, like at the end. Like they had these big marquees in her
Was it her
backyard.
birthday or her friend, the neighbour?
It was like both of them. It was like a joint party or something.
yeah.
No. Wow, I'm actually remembering quite a lot of
I
it
remember
now.
a lot of it.
I feel
Overall,
like if
this-
I watched it now, it'd be really cringy and weird. But
I
it's
think-
still good.
I think a lot of it was a bit cringy, like the things that happened, like the
wasp. Sorry.
the
I just
wasps.
remember
Yeah,
that.
there was
That's
like
weird.
a wasp infestation in her house, and her parents were like living in a caravan. There were like
So
some
weird.
weird things that happened. I don't know how we're gonna rank it. Okay,
I
so
know.
also I think the clothes were a little off. It's like one of those things where you look back at the clothes and you're like, oh, that's very dated.
I feel like there would have been like a makeover scene where she goes in and you're like, oh, she's gonna come out in something beautiful, and like it's so ugly.
Disappointing.
Like, what is that?
So costumes, like, or like outfits, okay, I would say. Nothing like amazing that I remember.
I don't think she did any singing in this, which I thought for a Disney movie they would, but
no, but I think I
like
remember
no
there is a
songs,
really good song in it.
Oh, really?
At one point where she's like walking down the road and it's quiet and nighttime. Yeah.
There would be.
I don't know where to put it.
I think would watch again. Because it's not bad, but it's definitely not like a favourite.
Yeah, it's not really like a timeless favourite, although I do really want to go back and watch it again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay,
So
exactly.
I would watch again. Alright,
move on.
Next we have Aquamarine.
We're going to spend so long on all of
love
these,
this
but
movie.
there's a lot to be said with this one.
It's so good. So firstly, an Emma Roberts 2000s movie, so you know it's
all of
going
them
to be
are so good.
They're so good.
And
there's quite a few.
Jojo. Like,
Jojo's
and
great too.
I like this movie as well because they're actually like the ages they're meant to be.
Yes, they're like actually young.
Yeah, it's very realistic.
No, that is good.
What's not to
Mermaids,
like
it's
about
fun.
this?
Summary.
This is a movie we watch a lot, so like I remember all of it. I love the like gummy snake things. When they first meet
the water.
Sarah Paxton as the mermaid, that's really fun. I'm trying to remember what her name is, but I can't.
Aqua.
Oh, sorry, Aqua. But they give her that name.
Aqua.
So what is her real name?
I don't know. I think that is her name.
Is it? Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I love when they like first get to touch her tail in the water and they're like, ew, it's slimy, and just like, thank you.
It is such a good like mermaid movie.
Yeah, and the beach vibes are just so good, and it's like the perfect movie to get into before summer, I feel like.
My only problem, like I just thought of this, but the final scene when they're like in the water, it's so fake, like it's ridiculous.
The CGI
it's
or
just, it kind of ruins the ending, honestly, because it just looks ridiculous.
Because she's like being sucked into this tornado in the water, kind of, and then at the end when they're on the
board, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, on the board.
What's his name? The
Ray.
lifeguard.
Also, why is he called Ray? I feel like that's not a very good name.
That's such an old person name.
But other than that,
the last splash, like they have this party before the summer ends. It's so cute.
And it has Tammin Sursok, and also I love Celia.
There's a lot of
Celia.
Australian actors in it. Actually, I think they filmed half of it was in America, half of it was filmed in Australia. I think that's why.
Because there's also this scene where they go to the shopping mall and you can like see Australian stores, like there's Diva in the background. They've got like bags from these shops. It's so funny.
Oh my god, that's actually
so that's like fun.
So added nostalgia. That's actually so good.
Also her bedroom, Emma Roberts' character.
Oh yeah.
Claire's bedroom in her grandparents' house is so cute. I love that house.
And the balcony kind of.
Bath?
The bath that.
Oh yeah. I've got two
it's
new
so
men in
good.
my life. And their names are
Ben and Jerry.
I love that movie.
Alright.
I don't think we can fault it, like,
no,
except for maybe the CGI
final scene
at the end.
So is
but that's hard, and even good movies get that wrong sometimes. Like
Harry Potter.
Things don't look very good sometimes.
Bits that are weird.
Yeah.
Iconic or timeless fave? It's so hard.
I don't know. Are we trying to reserve iconic for just one? Because I don't know if that's possible. Maybe timeless fave for now.
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel like we're going to move them so many times in the middle.
We'll leave it at timeless
It's definitely a timeless favourite. I will love it forever.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Alright, next we have...
Confessions of a Shopaholic.
I love this one too. It's
I know.
So
I haven't watched this one
in
ages, actually.
Yeah, same.
And we have this one on DVD as well.
We need to go watch it.
Actually, we have like almost all of these on DVDs.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they're our favourites. I mean, they're favourites for a reason.
Do you remember when we first watched this?
There's so many like iconic lines in this one. Like, I love also her
this
parents. They're so funny. Like when they're like real cheapskates.
Yeah, I think
like
what makes this movie so good is the characters.
They're really good. Yeah.
Like the plot overall is good, but like it's just the fact that the characters are really good and like they're really really interesting, and like I don't know, they just like bring all their characters to life.
Yeah.
And like her friend Suze, I love that. I love, and the debt collector.
Oh my god.
Derek Smith.
Do not pick up.
Yeah,
this is Derek Smith. Do not pick up. This is Derek Smith.
Her parents are such good characters as well in this movie. And then like the woman from the magazine, Alette. She like wants the tiniest slice of cake.
Yeah, so that's such an iconic line. She's like, tiny, tiny.
She's like, don't turn this opportunity down. Also, what I love about this is that she worked at a magazine.
Yeah.
Or still does.
So many movies like that.
All of these 2000s movies where somebody works at a magazine are just so good. I love that. But they were very unrealistic as well. I also do really enjoy her outfits in this.
Yeah.
Most of them.
But wait, this is also kind of like what Sex in the City, there's that line, or no, they were saying like she writes one magazine article a week and she's buying all this designer stuff. Like, there's no way.
But the thing with Becky Bloomwood, it's like realistic because she's in a huge amount of debt. And like
that makes sense.
But honestly, the plot of this is so good because at the end when she like sells all her stuff and like has the auction, it's just like a really good, cute ending, and it works out really well. And also, after I watched this movie, I started reading the books, and the books are really good. Like,
they're funny, right?
Yeah.
Like the movie.
And the characters are just like they are in the film, so they must have been like pretty true to the original book.
Yeah.
It's obviously not in meh. It might be timeless fave or would watch again. It might not be as iconic as Aquamarine.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think it is actually. I would put it in
timeless
fave.
actually. Looking at the others now, just quickly, I think it will be a
timeless.
timeless favourite.
Because it also, like, it's not like a really, like, childish sort of story.
Yeah.
Movie, you know, like 16 Wishes kind of is. Next up, we have Geek Charming. This is another Disney movie, and I feel like it came out around the same time as 16 Wishes.
Yeah.
It's got Sarah Hyland in it.
Yes.
Before she went... Do you think that was before Modern Family?
Yeah,
kind
definitely.
of at the same time.
Either before or like at the same exact time as season
when
1
she
of
started.
Modern Family, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this movie is so cute. I haven't watched this in ages.
I used to really like this one.
Messes with me, or that I don't love about this movie, is that they were together, like her and the boy
Yeah.
in this film. And then like apparently it
He
was
was
not a
abusive
good
too,
relationship and they
yeah.
broke up and it was like really bad.
True.
So that's kind of
that
a
doesn't
bummer.
make it very good anymore.
A big bummer.
Yeah, definitely.
But their characters in the movie are good. Because he's like a nerd and then so he's like the geek, I guess, and she's like the popular girl. It's kind of like a very cliche.
Yeah, true. And she like tries to like transform him or something, doesn't she? She's like, I'm gonna give you a makeover.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then they fall in love, of course.
He's like a little bit mean to her towards the end, I feel like, because she gets upset because he makes a movie about her and then like shows it to everyone.
Yes.
And he's like, why are you upset?
Because he made her look bad.
Why would you film a secret movie about someone?
No,
like,
she did know he
all
was
their
filming.
emotional.
But he put all the sad stuff and bad stuff she didn't want.
Yeah, I guess. So she didn't see the final cut of it before he goes and like shows it to everyone. So what we love about this movie is the sets.
The scenery.
Not sets.
Well, one in
like
particular.
the locations. Also, Sasha Peterson is in this movie.
Yes.
I
That
love
is
her
interesting.
house in this movie.
No, actually,
she lives in like a beautiful street. It's really like green.
It is really
so
nice. Yeah. But the coolest thing I thought was her house. Her house is ridiculous.
The main
like, it's
character.
so big. Yeah.
Can't remember her name.
There's like one part, there's like a courtyard in the middle of the house, and there's like this huge pond.
Yeah,
and there's
like
one scene where they like sit there and do yoga or something on the side of this little pier. Yeah, or they like try balance or something.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cute.
And also there's like a house, like her first boyfriend in the movie, they go to his house for a party.
Yeah.
And there's a pool in the house. Like
it's kind
all
of
of these
ridiculous.
movies with these high schoolers who are like so rich and have these
never
houses
have
all to
parents.
themselves. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but
It's so silly.
I do love that about this movie.
So it's very cliche.
She did have some iconic looks, so I think I would maybe put it in meh. It's hard because I would definitely watch it again, but
Me too.
I don't think I would enjoy it as much as I would 16 Wishes and those things.
16 Wishes is there because like we'd watch it again and probably enjoy it. But I would only watch Geek Charming again to just like watch it and be like,
to like jog my memory, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, that's why I don't love it so much.
That's why I
but
haven't watched
overall,
it.
it's still in like our top
It's still
early
good.
2000s movies
It's
list.
still good. If you haven't watched it, maybe give it a go.
Yeah.
Next up we have Hitch. We watched this one last weekend. I think that's what gave us this idea.
For the first time, we hadn't watched it before.
Yeah. And it was actually so good. I really enjoyed it.
I loved it. I thought it was really good. Like, there weren't any bad bits, I feel like.
No.
You know, in a lot of these movies, there's like bits that have like not aged well, or a lot of things like that. But this movie didn't have that, especially when this movie is all about like dating and relationships. I thought there would be more things that were like a bit outdated and like didn't
just like
sit well.
cringy.
Yeah, but there wasn't really.
No.
Like I liked the overall premise of it. And all the characters were nice. And the main character, Sarah Milas.
Oh, I can't believe
Eva Mendes is the real actress.
Yeah,
So
Eva Mendes.
she had some amazing outfits in this movie.
They
I
were
really wanted
so
to try find
cute.
photos of them, but I can't find that many good ones.
We'll put a couple in if you can, but yeah, they were
Her outfits
so
were so good, and like all of these things are so trendy right now as well. Sorry, we just had to stop because there's some noise going on outside. But Hitch.
So she had good outfits, the story was good, the characters were good.
Like
all
the
the
main guy
was
who Hitch is trying to help was like a really good character.
Yeah, he was.
And also what I liked about this one, so you know in like a lot of these movies, the main character is like glorified, but then they like do a lot of terrible things, and then they have like their downfall. But I feel like Hitch didn't really have that.
No,
like he didn't really do anything bad.
Yeah,
there was just like miscommunication, but he wasn't like
it was like
a douche or like he wasn't really annoying.
Yeah, and he like sets these people up, but he didn't like give him a whole makeover and like change who the person was.
It had a nice message overall. I feel like.
I don't remember any of the music though. So
me neither.
The New York scenery was really pretty. The girl Sarah, she lives in such a nice street. It was like so pretty.
Again, she's like a journalist and she's living in this
huge
apartment. And it was like in the middle of New York.
No, also
but
one
it has
thing.
a beautiful ending scene. Well, that end scene with like this city street and there's like a grocery store.
It was so nice, like summer in New York. But
it was
also,
a very beautiful movie.
There was one part where they had a fight and they started throwing like food at each other, and she picked up broccoli from like. He had like a charcuterie board kind of thing on the coffee table, and she picked up broccoli from it. I was like, what is broccoli doing in the charcuterie board?
Was he going to serve it raw? Like, can you even eat it raw?
Or did he cook it and then put it out on the table? Because that's gross.
But I appreciate it because I hate seeing food fight scenes that are like actual like full-on tomato sauce and stuff.
It wasn't messy.
It was
like
a very
broccoli
civilized
and lettuce being thrown.
Yeah. They were just
that's
like
alright.
chucking broccoli and cabbage at each other. But yeah,
okay.
I really liked it. I would put it in timeless faith.
Me too. I mean,
even though we've only watched it once, but I would watch it again today.
I think it is timeless pretty much.
Yeah, it is.
It was. It had good themes and stuff.
Yeah, when I was looking it up, I like saw something about a sequel or like people from the movie saying they would want to. I was like, that would be really good.
It's been a while.
Although I don't know what they would do for the sequel.
They still could.
Right, next one. What does that say? Homeschooled?
Oh yeah. This is Mean Girls.
Yeah, Mean Girls. I mean,
obviously everyone knows Mean Girls. Iconic movie. I feel
iconic
like
outfits,
it's not
iconic sceneries.
One of my favourites. Like, it's a bit overdone, a little bit.
Yeah, like I know it so well that it's almost like a little too predictable.
Like we went and watched it in the drive-through cinema, and we couldn't really hear anything. Oh no, we could hear, but it wasn't very good. But I was like, it doesn't matter because like I know the whole thing.
Yeah, you already know what they're saying.
Every line is so memorable. It is really good though. Like it's just.
I feel like a lot happens in this movie.
Yes, they go through
like
a
I
lot
feel like
of
I don't know if it's a particularly long
periods
movie.
in the movie, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah. Like the plot really progresses quite a lot.
Yeah. I feel like it doesn't have many memorable songs. Does it? I only remember the song at the end, like when they're at prom. That's the only song I remember. I do like that one.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, when they're all like slow dancing together.
Oh my god, I love this song!
I hate this song. I know this song.
I think Timeless Faye. It's iconic to some people, but like I mean, it is an iconic movie, but I think in our personal ranking, I wouldn't say it's iconic. Like I wouldn't. It's not a movie I would reach for like all the time because I do get a bit sick of it.
Yeah, because you like know it so well. But like there's going to be a lot in the timeless favourite column.
This next one is so exciting. Monte Carlo.
Monte Carlo.
We love this movie. I remember we went and watched it in the cinema.
I so remember watching it in the cinema. I feel like I remember like we were sitting quite far to the front almost.
Yeah, I think.
And like looking up a lot. We would have been like 10 or 11 because I think it came
11,
out then.
I think. Yeah.
And I just like remember being so like excited
it's
by it,
those
like watching it. I was
that,
like, oh my god, this is amazing.
You,
it's gonna be my favourite.
And I think it has been our favourite ever
Yeah,
since,
this movie definitely has been my favourite movie
like
ever
10 years.
since I watched it.
everything about it. Selena Gomez.
It has such
The
a
other
good
two
plot.
characters too.
Like, it's not really very cliche in the sense that I
Yeah.
don't feel like there are a lot of movies. I mean, mistaken identity, I guess, is like quite a common theme.
I
But
guess
the
so.
way they do it, I feel like they do it really well.
Like Selena Gomez's British accent was actually so good. I thought.
I know.
And
Forgot about that.
just Monte Carlo
other
in general is
characters-
so pretty.
I love all the characters in this movie, like Emma and Meg, and like they're dynamic as well. I also think it's a pretty like grown-up movie. Like there's
Yeah.
not a lot of
It's not,
early
like,
teen
silly,
movies that are like,
you know?
because she's graduated.
Mhm.
So that it's not like a typical high school movie, it's like
Yeah.
beyond that. And like the fact that it's all overseas and like the scenery is so beautiful in Paris and Monte Carlo and like
It's so good.
And it
has
has-
an Australian in it, so that's good too.
Who? Oh yeah,
Right,
I forgot.
obviously.
And the music is so
the
good in this
music.
movie. Like the original soundtrack and the other songs.
All the supporting songs as well are so good. Like I could listen to them all day.
And it has like the perfect amount of like action and like
Yeah,
like
suspense kind of.
suspense. I love that
some
scene when
eras.
they bring all the suitcases in, they open them all up and like
And
they
they
go
just
through all the
keep going.
dresses.
Oh, what a dream. I wish I was mistaken
Yeah.
for a rich person once.
Honestly, I love everything about this movie.
Me too. Just everything. Like there's no
I so
bad
want to
scenes.
watch it again.
are there?
No,
There's,
there's
like,
no bad
nothing
scenes because usually in like a lot of movies I feel like there's a scene that I'm like, oh, it's coming up, I don't want to watch this,
Yeah.
not this bit.
Like
But
this movie
this
is,
doesn't have
it's
that.
funny, it's lighthearted, but it's emotional too. It's like
I know.
the best of everything.
I love when Grace and Emma are like in the bed at Monte Carlo in the
she's
hotel
crying.
and she's like upset.
Aw.
And the scene with the fireworks
And they're dancing in the on the pool. Sorry, in the
on the boat.
yeah,
that
and
has
there's
a
like
pool
a pool.
on it.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
It's just so good, and I love how they all have like their own storyline going on, but
And
they
they
tie
each,
them
like-
in so well together.
It works
And you
so
don't just
good.
like watch one person's adventure and the others just follow along. It's
Yeah.
like they're all
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
different things. They
But then
all
that's
go
so
on like
annoying.
their own journeys and like grow through this
Yeah, and
trip.
then at the end
It's
they
so
show like where the
good.
three of them ended up. It's so
I know.
I think you can tell
The
where this
dimmer
one
switch.
is going. This is going straight to iconic.
Straight to iconic. I didn't even have to think about it. I
No,
mean, I
sorry.
think it will be my favourite movie forever.
We are biased, but I mean, I don't think.
How
Who
could
doesn't
you not
love
be?
this movie?
So the next movie is Nancy Drew. Another
The
Emma Roberts
Emma
one.
Roberts version, yeah.
How many Emma Roberts? There's like 3 in this
Three, I
list.
think. They're
Three.
all
They're
really
all
good.
amazing.
We were obsessed with anything to do with spies.
I know.
And like
that's why
I know she's more like kind of a detective.
Yeah.
But that's kind of
what's
the
the
same
word
thing.
they use? A sleuth. I
Sleuth.
think they say that.
I
in the
don't
movie
know.
a lot. Sleuth.
Yeah, actually.
But yeah. This movie is amazing. Like it has such a good plot.
It is really fun. She's
And-
just so like she's so cool. Like I want to be like Nancy Drew.
It's not like a
kind
typical
of.
high school movie, even though she's in high school as well. But yeah, it is really quite serious. And
Yeah.
there's like some really scary parts of it.
The action
like-
is really fun. Actually, I
Yeah.
think that's pretty cool.
The characters.
The characters are also good. We love the two kind of mean girls
Gabriella-
that she meets.
Is it her name Gabriella Monet? She plays Trina Vega in Victorious.
Yeah.
Is in this, and their
And they're, like,
outfits they
so
wear
they
like.
have their little phones with
Yeah.
all the buttons. I so wanted a phone like that.
And she has like a little brother, and
Yes,
he like
and he's
is
so
obsessed with
funny.
Nancy.
He's so well cast. I really think he's so funny.
Yeah.
I just love that scene where he's like running after them. He's like, wait for me, and then he like
He,
rolls
like, rolls.
because he's so short. It's really funny.
A lot of good characters as well. Like Nancy's dad, he's a pretty good character.
Yes.
And like,
well, he's very oblivious, isn't he?
also I love Nancy's costumes or outfits. Sorry.
They're really good. Her fashion
It's
is
so
really
cute. I love when she gets off the train at California and she's wearing like this. I don't
Little
even
Bolivar
know. Also,
kind of
she
thing.
she says she makes her own clothes when they go to the
Yes,
store and they're
yeah.
like complimenting her
That
outfit.
is
She's
cool.
like, thanks, I made it from my mum's pattern.
Yeah.
Also, they don't dwell on the fact that she doesn't have a mum.
Yeah.
Which is,
And
like-
it can be really annoying. Like they do that
Yeah.
in so many movies.
Yeah, they don't
Oh
try
my
to
God.
make it like a sad
I just
pity
realised
story.
in all of these 3 movies with Emma Roberts, she doesn't have a mum. In Aquamarine, she doesn't have any parents. In Nancy Drew, she only has a dad. And in Wild Child, she
That's
also
so
only has a dad. Also, Nancy Drew has a really good soundtrack. Like
Yeah,
the song
I
at
love
the
all the
start
songs.
and at the end, like in the credits and stuff, are so good.
And
like,
when she
throughout
goes to
the thing.
California.
Yes.
Yeah. I love
Going
those
to
music,
California.
those songs, and I still listen to them on a regular basis.
They're
so
really good.
they're definitely good
So where are we going to put
for soundtrack. Well, it's got such good costumes and like songs
acting,
and
actors, all
locations. That when they go to that spa, the Twin Palms spa,
oh yeah,
all of it. I would say it has to be a timeless fave. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna
Is
put
anything
anything else
else
with iconic, but it's
I don't
definitely
know.
a timeless favorite.
Alright, next up we have New York Minute, which is one of the Mary-Kate and Ashley movies. I remember we used to watch them all the time. We'd go to the like DVD store, and there were so many of them.
I
like,
know.
All the New York,
I remember the other one, and I
Mary-Kate.
want to watch this one again. The summer in the sun.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Something
jet
like that.
skis or something.
Yeah, with jet skis.
But New York Minute is the one that I remember the most.
Yeah, I
And
think it's the
we've
most
seen
iconic
recent.
one.
Yeah, I think so too.
And probably one of their later ones as well. Like they're a bit older in this one,
Yeah, I think
or
so.
a lot older.
We haven't seen this in a while either, so I don't remember all of it.
I think I do.
But
It's like typical twin one, and like one of them's super girly and like very organized and like super strict and like dedicated to schoolwork and stuff, and the other one is totally opposite and
She just
into
plays
rock
drums or
music
something.
and loves to skip school. There's total opposites. But I do love the opening scene of this movie where they like show their different
Their
rooms and their
closets?
different closets and like
That
the
is
transitions and stuff.
I think though, like, what is it that? Why are they running away from that guy?
I'm trying to remember as well,
I
actually.
don't remember the story.
I think accidentally, without her knowing, and I think it's the one who's like super strict and like on time, she gets like this USB thrown in her bag by like a criminal. And then the other bad guys are chasing
I was
her
gonna
to
say,
get
'cause
that
I didn't think
out
they
of her
did
bag.
anything wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's not very memorable, the whole story. I just remember like them
It's a
running
little
through
bit
the
weird.
streets of New York in their robes.
And then
stuff, or
that
towels.
guy on the DVD cover, played by Eugene Levy, he's after the other girl who's
Yeah.
skipping school because she's skipping school. I think that's why he's
Oh.
after her.
Is
for,
there
like,
more than one
attendance.
person chasing them then?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just him. Oh.
So each of them is getting chased.
Oh, okay. Alright. I don't remember that, so
Yeah.
I would have to say...
The plot is probably a little confusing and
Yeah.
probably has some plot holes because I don't know that there are actually people who chase after people who skip school. Like, that's a bit extreme.
I think it's one of those ones also, yeah, like the storyline's not strong enough. Like, you could, if they just had like one conversation,
Yeah.
like, it would be resolved. So it's kind of annoying. I would, is it watch again or meh?
I do love their outfits in this.
I only
Like
remember
their
the
different
towels,
looks.
really.
And then the
And
New York
shirts,
outfits.
yeah. We should, I was going to do that as like
And-
a Halloween costume one time.
And this-
Personally, I would put it in meh. I don't love it that much.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit...
I mean,
well-
overall, like, the plot and stuff is just not that great. But it's still, like, a fun movie to watch.
Meh
Not amazing.
or would watch again?
I would probably put it in there.
Okay.
It's, like, at the same level as
Sorry.
Geek Charming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Alright, next, She's the Man. Another really great one. My only problem with this movie is that...
Based on Shakespeare.
Oh, yeah. Because we had to watch it at school.
It's good.
Problem. No, but I just find the character with the glasses and the braces super annoying, and I think it's just silly and overdone. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. I don't know why
That
they
just
had
makes
to
me
add that.
cringe when I watch it. So I,
Yeah.
like when I watch it, I'm like, oh, that scene's coming up. That's all. But the
Yeah.
music is really good in this
music in
movie.
this-
It's so good. And
Yeah, I definitely
Amanda
have some of
Bynes
these on my playlist.
is
Amanda-
so
She's so funny. Like, she's a
Sweet.
really good comedic actress, I feel like. What else is she
I
even
wish
in?
she'd
What a
like,
Girl
had
Wants.
a better career, kind of. I don't
Yeah.
know, like she could have. Same with
It's a real
Lindsay
shame.
Lohan.
I think all the actors in this are good. I mean, it's really the main ones is just
Mm-hmm.
her and like...
Actually, a lot of
Duke.
these ones also look way too old.
Yeah.
Like that
Well,
girlfriend.
she doesn't. The
the
girlfriend,
girlfriend
kind
of her brother, and her brother. He looks so old.
Yeah.
He's like
It also does
22.
annoy me a little bit because I just look at her and I'm like, she does not look like a boy. Like, I would never...
Oh really? I
think she
sometimes
was
I
a
forget.
boy.
I don't know. But also
But
the
her voice-
principal. The principal
Oh,
at
yeah.
the school she goes to, he's so funny, and he's like, it's alright, like, it's just baldness or something. She's like, I'm not going bald. Because she's wearing the wig.
forgot
He sees her, like, adjusting the wig.
It's actually so funny.
Oh my god, that's so good.
I love though when they go to the carnival and everything's crazy, and then she like bumps into her mum and then her brother, I think, and like everyone from school, and she's like trying to change outfits the whole time.
And they're playing a Veronica song in that scene. It's so good.
That's like a very typical thing though of early 2000s movies. They're changing, like
having
to be in two places at one time.
Oh my god, Hannah Montana movie flashback. That annoys me so much. I hate things like that, actually. I remember with TV shows, if there was ever an episode like that where they had to like be in two places at once, I'd be like, I can't handle the stress. It stresses me out. And it's also like, how would it ever work? Okay, she's a man. Where would we place it?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean,
I still think, it's so
I think
fun.
it has to be timeless favourite.
Me too.
It's really just because of
a couple
her character.
Yeah.
Because she's just so
plays
funny
it so
and
well.
random, and like,
Alright.
her face, she's just so funny.
I know, just her face just makes me laugh. Okay, next we have Sleepover. This movie, we've watched it quite a few times, I feel like.
But this isn't a very well-known one.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's very popular.
It has the girl from Spy Kids in it,
Yeah.
firstly. She's like the main character. And then it also has Sarah Paxton, who is the mermaid in Aquamarine. Or she's Aqua.
And the others I don't remember. I don't really remember the
We
plot
got
either.
into this
It's
movie.
just a sleepover.
Yeah, it's just like over the course of one night.
Don't they have to do things as like... Oh,
yes. Because they challenge,
the other
like the
girl-
mean girl
group of
challenges them to like...
Does she
Oh,
have to
because
get a
they
kiss
want
or
to get the
something?
lunch spot.
yes.
Okay, that's where this movie falls down, is that the
No, it's
premise
not
of
lunch.
it is stupid. Like,
Yeah, this girl, she just wants the perfect lunch spot for when they move from middle school to high school or something, and she's like, if we don't sit in the right spot for lunch in high school, we're dead.
like
our lives are over.
forever. I'm like,
Social
well,
suicide. I'm like, that's so
she's
ridiculous.
just so into being popular, which
It's
is
really
kind of
annoying.
like a really annoying part of the film, because I'm like, that's so stupid. Why are you doing all of this for that?
Yeah. So it's just about the lunch spot, and then they spend the whole night like doing activities. That's what I really liked, because it's like just one night and they just like
I do
all
love
these
things like
random
that.
things. I thought that was really fun. I love the house.
And it's all
The
like
house
in
is
their
really
neighborhood and stuff.
Yes.
It's really like
It's
cute
so fun.
and pretty and stuff. And they go to the mall. And Steve Carell is in this movie, and he's like this crazy
It's
cop.
like a mall cop or something.
Yeah.
Isn't he? He's really that was so fun.
weird.
And
And her parents are also really funny. It's got Jane Lynch and then that other guy.
Oh yeah.
And,
I just remember
The tap or
wait,
something.
her brother like is upstairs and he like wears her heels or something and like taps on her.
pretends to be there. And also they have like this tiny little car that they drive around.
Yes, one of the girls has a car, but it's
And
like,
one of the
for
girls
two
goes
people.
orange because she like fake tanned. And in the end she like has this big speech to this girl at the prom entrance.
Oh, that's so rude. She
Does
like,
it?
She's so they're like at the prom, and she wants to get into the prom or something. I don't know why. And there's this girl sitting at the desk selling the tickets, and she's like, "Please just let me in. Like, you don't understand. This is my only chance to not be like you when I go to high school." And I was like, "That's so rude."
She's so mean to her, but
and
then
the
that
guy's
girl is like,
"Oh, all right."
I
go."
agree,
I'm like,
you don't want to be like me. I was like,
that's so
What?
stupid.
who would say that?
I would rank
themselves?
that down just because of that, honestly, because that's just too ridiculous.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things about this.
Also, when her friend says, like, "You're Shelby with the good knees,"
What?
she just
Also,
compliments
she's
her on
obsessed
her
with
knees.
this boy at school, and like, she gets into his house,
Yes.
and she's like in the
It's
bathroom
weird.
when he's about to have a shower, and like, she
Yeah.
can't get out. I don't know. That just stressed me out, and it was just stupid. So I
think
want to
it's a
say
meh.
meh.
Sorry.
I want to watch it again as well
too.
because like memories, but to be honest,
we
it's a
like
bit
watching
stupid.
bad movies over again.
Yeah,
So
it's just funny
we would,
to laugh
but
at.
I think it's a meh because I don't like the storyline. So we're getting pretty close to the end. We've only got 4 movies left. So we've got Sweet Home Alabama next.
Yay!
This movie, I feel like, is quite different to the rest. Like, a lot of these are like high school kind of movies, but this one is more like an adult rom-com. I don't know.
This one's only just in the 2000s. I think when I looked it up, it's like 2002
Very early.
or something.
Okay.
Very early. With Reese
But it's a good
Witherspoon, and so where does the story start?
I don't remember who else is in it.
I haven't watched it in a long time.
She gets engaged, right? And then she has to go home for
Oh
something.
yeah, she gets engaged in New York, and she's like a fashion designer. I mean, I love that in all of these movies,
So cool.
like these people all have my dream job.
always
She's
work
like
in fashion.
fashion designer or a magazine person, or yeah, maybe that
So good.
was what shaped my idea of a dream job.
I think so.
But yeah.
Unconsciously.
So yeah, she gets engaged to that guy Patrick Dempsey, and then
Yes. Okay.
he's like the daughter of. I mean, he's like the son of the mayor of New York.
Yeah.
So he's
it's
like
quite
a big
high
deal.
profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she has to go home to like arrange some things,
Yeah,
which
okay.
turns out to be that she's still married to somebody else.
Oh yes, I forgot. I always
They're
forget
still
that when I
married.
watch this movie. Yeah, so
I don't
she's
understand
still
why.
married technically
Yeah.
to this guy that she went out with in high school,
Yeah, like her childhood sweetheart kind of,
yeah.
high school sweetheart.
and turns out he's a bit annoying and he won't sign the divorce papers or whatever.
Yeah, that's why she's still married, because he
Yeah.
doesn't want to sign them, which I don't really
That's so
understand.
bad. God.
Yeah. And then she finds out that he's actually really successful too. Well, he doesn't like
Yes.
let her know that.
Yeah.
But I think in the end the whole thing is that like after she left he knew he needed to make something of himself.
Yeah, and she always like looked down on him and the people from her country town,
Yeah.
but then realizes that he's much more than that. I don't really
Yeah, because he
remember
turns
the
out to be
rest.
rich. She's like, oh. No, but
No.
it's really cool because he like has a business and it's like
Yes.
making glass, and
Out
he
of-
goes out to the beach when there's literal lightning, and like collects
In the
it.
middle of storms, and like when it hits the sand or something, it makes the glass.
I
think
don't
that's
really
what he
understand that.
uses.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I like that a lot.
And
But
then
other
in
than
the
that,
end,
she
she
just-
ends up
with
being
him
with
again.
him again,
Yeah.
and then like.
I feel so bad
she's-
for
that
the other
happens-
guy, and it happens like right at their wedding. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, she's like walking down the aisle
Yeah.
and she's like, stop!
No, somebody's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" When she's walking down the aisle. Like,
I think
maybe
it's her
you should have
dad.
said that earlier. Why does that always happen?
Yeah. But this movie is really sweet.
But it, yeah,
I really
it's
like
really
it.
sweet. Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
I thought actually what's really funny is that her dad does those like weird Civil War reenactments.
Oh, I forgot
And
about
that just
that.
always makes me think of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Which would
It's just
also
so
be on here, but
random.
we're doing more girly movies this time. I would put it in Would Watch Again. I don't think it's a timeless favourite. Like, it's not
Yeah.
my favourite.
I haven't
but
watched it
it's
enough
good.
for it
like,
to
I
be a
would definitely
timeless
watch it
favourite.
again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely would watch again. Okay.
Alright. Next up
Fun
we
one.
have The Clique. Or the I used to always say The Clique.
I like the
think-
sound of the Clique more.
Clique sounds fancier to me.
Yeah,
But
I've never
it is
just
The Clique.
just never heard of the word before we watched it for
Yeah.
the first time, so I was like, it's the Clique.
Mhm.
But since I've heard people say click a lot,
Yeah.
but click just sounds weird to me, so I'm gonna say the Clique.
Okay.
Is that weird?
I don't know.
The
Anyway,
Clique.
I remember reading these books after, well, we watched the movie, and then I remember reading, like, as many of the books I could get my hands on.
I remember going to the DVD store and getting this
Oh,
DVD.
really?
Yeah, I remember, and like on the way back, I was like reading all of the stuff on the back of the
Oh my
DVD,
God.
which is like tiny print. And I was
Remember,
like trying
like, I
to
can't
read out the
believe
whole plot and stuff.
That was all you had to go on when you borrowed a movie from the DVD.
I know.
Just what it says on the back of the DVD.
Yeah,
like,
because I don't think we would have ever looked at
no
trailers
reviews,
beforehand
no
or anything.
trailers, yeah. Crazy.
This is also like another like straight DVD kind of movie.
It wasn't very popular.
This is a very
It's-
tween girl movie.
Yeah,
Not
it's
like
definitely
teen.
younger.
Yeah.
I think they're like 14 or something, but they don't look it.
I remember we watched it with our parents the first time.
Yeah.
And they were so unimpressed with it. They were like, those girls are awful,
Bullies.
they're bullies, blah, blah, blah. That's horrible. I was like, it's
I
just a movie. I
I
know
know.
that they're horrible. I'm not going to turn into that.
This girl, she moves to this new town, and she and her family like kind of live with the family of this other girl who's like the most
Super
popular.
rich.
She's queen bee.
And
of the
everyone
school.
there is very rich. So
Yeah,
it's
and
like
so
she's
she
moving into this.
doesn't fit in, and it's basically just her trying to fit in. But I just think, yeah, it is kind of realistic, and
But
in
she
a
gets very desperate to join their
Mm-hmm.
clique and like be part of the group, and then she does some bad things to try and be part of the group and realizes that she's like no better than them.
Yeah. From the books as well, I just kind of like the little world that they live in. Like, they live somewhere kind of in New York, in like the nice suburbs, and
It's like-
they go to this really cute school, and they go horse riding on the weekends.
It's very polished. It's like
yes.
Pretty Little Liars, but younger.
Yes, it is.
They're like Allison.
A few problems with this movie is the outfits, because they're all supposed to be really fashionable, but they wear some really hideous things.
Because there's
Like,
one
it's
girl.
so disappointing. Like, there are a few really good outfits, but there are some
Yeah.
real letdowns, especially in the final scene when she wears this. She's trying to like impress this boy, and she like jumps out of a cake for him, and the outfit's just disgusting.
But yeah.
Even the hair. Everything
Yeah,
about
the
it. Like,
hair.
she doesn't look like herself. Like it's like they
Yeah.
had no wardrobe person that day. Like somebody had styled her every day, and then on the last day when they filmed this
it was
scene, they
just
were like, "Whatever, you
kind
style
of
yourself."
Off for her character
It was
as well.
so it doesn't make
But
sense.
There was one character, Dylan, and she just wears the weirdest things all
Yes.
throughout the movie.
It's
They
just
do say
strange.
at one point, they're like, "What are you wearing?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "Yes." But some of the
Like, I
outfits are
agree.
really good. Like in the first scene, you like get to see them all strut, like from their house, like their massive mansions and stuff. And there's this one really good outfit,
Vintage
and they
Ralph Lauren, right?
rate each other's outfits.
Yes,
in the
when they get in
morning.
the car.
The house that the main rich girl lives in is amazing. I love the house.
I
It's
was
so nice
obsessed
inside.
with the school. They have like yoga rooms, and like the school seemed so nice.
Yeah.
I think I'd put it in what would watch again, because
Oh,
I would
really?
definitely what
I would put it in
Timeless
timeless favorite. I
Oh.
love it, and this movie probably has the best music out of all of these. Well,
Not
maybe
the
after Monte
best.
Carlo, because Monte Carlo's in the
Or
iconic
Nancy
tier.
Drew.
But this one has such good
It has
music.
got very early 2000s,
Very-
like tweeny
very
kind of music,
brats.
but it's very
Yeah.
it is pretty good
I
actually.
love the music.
Very catchy.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
what's good about this is just that it's based on a good book.
Oh, and they start.
Where
like,
would
this-
you put
they
it?
start their own makeup line or something. I just love
Yeah.
it when like
Glam
characters like
vision.
dream about stuff like, oh my god, glam vision.
So-
They have sleepovers every Friday. And
Yeah.
There's like cabana off the side
It's
of the
so
house.
iconic.
It's so good. Okay,
That's why
I'm
I
gonna
think
put
it's
it.
a timeless fave.
Okay, sure.
If that's okay.
Yeah, because we were
It is
quite
for me.
invested in it.
Yes.
When we
very.
were younger.
And I would watch it again
For the memories.
anytime.
We're on to the last two. So we've
Last
got
two.
The Devil Wears Prada next. I think
This one
everybody
also
knows
is like
this
a
one.
bit different to all the others. I guess it's in
Yeah.
the same category again as like Sweet Home Alabama and Hitch and stuff.
Yeah.
Bit more
So,
grown up. Kind
Again,
of.
in the magazine world, obviously.
Love it. So,
So
these are
good.
all so similar. So her name is Andy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anna Hathaway, also
I
great.
feel like everyone knows this one and the plot, so we don't really need to explain it.
And yes,
but
Nate is a bad boyfriend.
Nate.
He's so annoying. So annoying. I kept thinking
Is he
about
a
that
chef?
when we watched Clickbait. Yeah, he's a
Because
chef.
at the end he wants to.
Yeah.
So many good characters.
Emily
Like
Blunt.
Stanley Tucci's character,
Yeah,
he's so funny. He's like
Yeah.
so mean, but like kind of nice
No.
sometimes.
Emily Blunt, she's
I feel-
so funny. What does she say? She's like,
It's like some hideous shoe convention.
I just feel so bad for Andy when she's like
Oh.
slaving away for this person.
I know. Why did she even get that job in the first place?
Because she wants to be a journalist. That's another thing.
Yeah,
that
she
doesn't
just
really
wants to
make
be a
sense.
journalist, but she's like doing this
But I guess
assistant's
she gets
job.
charmed by that world. I mean, I think
Yeah.
she would.
And then, what's his name? Stanley Tucci's character again. When he gets passed up for the job opportunity, she like betrays him. That is so sad.
So
He's so ready to like get up and accept the award or the job, and he doesn't. It's so
Oh.
sad. But like that's the harsh reality, and I feel like that's like a turning point for her, isn't it?
I think it's funny that it's based so much on Anna Wintour.
Mm.
Like, what does she feel about that movie? Like, that's so weird.
I know, it's actually crazy
Must
that
be
they
really
could make
awkward.
it.
I know.
So I do
Yes.
love like when like those montages in these movies where everything starts to like
Yes.
get
It gets
better. And like Andy's outfits, and she's wearing like cool outfits every day, and
Gets
she's like,
progressively better. It's so good.
and have you seen that clip of like John Krasinski talking about how he loves this movie on like a
That's
TV
so
talk show,
funny.
and he says like that he has a favorite outfit, or maybe
Does he?
Emily Blunt said this, yeah, and it's my favorite too. When she's wearing like a white beret or something,
Okay.
like a little white hat, I feel like, and then a white coat and white pants, and it just is so nice. As much as it is like a timeless movie, I don't think it's one of my timeless favorites.
Oh, really? Okay.
I would
I
put
don't
it
know.
just slightly below that. What would you say?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I used to not like this because it stressed me out so much. I just feel like there's not that many nice
It is stressful.
parts, are there? Like, there's not, like, a lot of these movies, you know, there's like all the good parts and they just cruise through life. I
Yeah,
think
there's not that
Andy has
many
a hard
bits
time
where it's like
the whole
good.
time. I feel sorry for her. So yeah, maybe we would watch again.
Yeah.
Last one.
Last one, I
is
can't believe we're on
Wild
the last one
Child.
already.
I love this movie as well.
I mean,
Another Emma Roberts one.
Yeah.
I wonder, I think the order, what order did they go in? I think it's Aquamarine, then Nancy Drew, then Wild Child. So the order we put them in.
Oh, this movie is so good.
It is really
and
good.
I feel like a lot happens in this movie as well. Like they kind of squeeze a lot in. I just love this first scene when she like wakes up in her room in LA or wherever she lives in California, and there's like, she's got this beautiful view outside of just like ocean uninterrupted.
It's
so blue. I love how early 2000s this movie is in the sense of like her clothes, but also their phones and stuff, and like.
And she just causes so much chaos and trouble when she gets to that school in England.
Also
I love
the
when
website,
she's like,
when they go and look at the website of the school in California, she like looks at it with a friend.
Weather.
The website is so funny to look at now. I love her outfits though in this, and I love her look overall. Like at the start, I love her blonde, like a really light platinum blonde hair.
She reworks the school uniform. I feel like that's so like typical, but like
the school uniform
somehow
looked
able
so
to make
good.
it
She
into
made
a
it look
cute
so
little
good.
outfit.
The hand sanitizer addiction is pretty funny.
That's so
And
good,
the whole lacrosse thing is really fun.
What?
And lacrosse.
Lacrosse. Yeah.
I like how she becomes good friends
She
with
teaches
all
them
the
like the
girls.
haka kind of.
Yeah.
That's really funny, yeah. And I really like the whole scene when they go to like that little English town. She goes with that boy who's the principal's son. I thought that was really cute.
The mean girl's name. Harriet.
Oh, Harriet.
And she's like walks up to this boy, Freddie,
Yeah.
at the dance. It's me! And she's like,
I look just like Keira Knightley. Also, this one's kind of like Aquamarine in that it has like a scene where they go shopping and then they like do makeovers and stuff for an event.
Although that is a little bit of a
but
letdown.
yeah, no, the one in Aquamarine is way better than this one, because in this one, they get into like kind of cool outfits and stuff, and they like thrift all this stuff, and then when they get to the like the school dance, they're wearing completely different stuff,
And it's
I
horrible.
find that so annoying.
They're
I'm
wearing the weirdest stuff.
yeah, no, it's really
Like
strange.
one of them was wearing this crazy metallic dress, and then the others are like wearing
like
long
knee-high
socks.
stockings.
And overall, I mean, this is just an iconic movie. I love it so much. Emma Roberts is just so good. When she's in the hall and she's like, namaste. And she's like trying to explain her diet to them. They're like, what are you?
Vegetarian Monday through Wednesday.
Pescatarian.
Always.
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put
Very
it?
much like LA girl, isn't she?
Very valley girl to country girl.
I really don't know where I would put it.
Really? I kind of know. Yeah.
Timeless fave?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's such a timeless favourite, at least
So
for
we
me.
are left with just one
Yeah.
at the very top.
Yes.
I think, yeah.
That's the way it's meant to be. And we have a decent
Monte
amount in
Carlo.
Would Watch Again and Met. I didn't think we were going to put that many in there.
Yeah, me either.
What's my
We're not
favourite
saying
and
they're
what I
bad.
don't like.
They're just the ones that we are like on the fence about. We're like, they're
Yeah.
okay. So that is our final ranking, I guess.
I know, I can't believe we got through it. I thought it was going to be so hard to like
I know.
break up
decide.
which ones go where, because I kind of love all of them.
But I
and to
think
be
these
honest, I would
ones
watch all of them again.
Are on
because
equal footing, like all the timeless faves.
Yeah.
But Monte Carlo is just
Reign
a
supreme.
step above the rest. It is just every little thing about it. There's like a
I
literally
know,
zero complaints.
we have to watch
from
it
me.
tonight. It's so good.
I know.
And I
I
haven't
wanna watch
watched it
all
in a
of them
really long
again.
time now. But I remember when we went to Paris and we went to the Eiffel Tower, we were like
I know.
thinking of it the whole time. I was like, the
I'm
bus
ready.
is leaving. And the music is so good. If you haven't listened to it already, there's one song on the soundtrack called Feeling Eiffel, and it's so nice. And I'm sitting on the train or something and it just transports me to that movie.
Pretend
It's
you're
so
there.
nice.
But yeah, so let us know like what your favourite early
Yeah.
2000s movie is, because we'd love to know, and we can watch it as well and maybe put it in our next ranking.
And let us know what you guys think out of these ones is the most iconic
Yeah.
one for you, because I'm sure it's going to be different for
If
everyone.
you agree with us or not.
Thank you so much for watching. We really hope you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully we'll see you in our next video.
Bye.
Bye.